Poo 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 poo. Yeah, you guys have to hear all of that. This one too. Okay, 8 hours stream. Let's just get right into it. Okay, the first thing for today's agenda, let's just, oh shit, will be, let's, pending task. I don't give a fuck, bro. Don't give a fuck. So this is for all day, right? All day. So Indicoda task one there, it's gonna be, yeah, I'm just gonna get into lead code. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, bro. Don't give a fuck. Let's just complete all of the 30, 36. How do I go? 36 problems. Do 36, 36, 36, 36. Valid Sudoku. Is it a hard question? Don't be a hard question. Oh, is it a hard? Fuck. I don't want to do hard, man. I don't want to do hard. 268. Go back. Ah, my neck. 268. Missing number. Okay. 71% acceptance rate. Let's try this again. Got all of this shut up. Given an array nums containing n distinct numbers in the range 0, n. Okay, the return only the number in range that are missing from that array. Okay, I just have to, if it is in that array, well, what if it does it start? Okay, it starts from 0. Okay, so let's take reset. What the fuck? Don't you know this? Start. Okay, let's take a value called ranges and assign it to range of 0, n nums, maybe len of nums, right? And let's just go for I in nums if I not in, okay, if I is not in ranges, return I. Let's just give it a test case. So output was 3. Okay, I shouldn't return I. I should return ranges of I. This should do it. What? Oh, it's not a list. Print. This is a range. I need to convert it to a list. not 10. So let's pass this for a second. Let's put this here and go I. If it is in range, it'll do nothing. If not in, so I is not in ranges. Is that what it says? If it is in range, it'll pass. If it is not in range, oh yeah, it's not I, it's I comma n. If n I need to take a piss. Okay, what's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Let me take a piss. Probably not. Okay, something is going wrong. Let's just. So I need to. The numbers are not in the range, so that will be all of the numbers that are missing in the range. So let's. Where's my pen? So this has range has 0, 1, 2, and the actual list is 1, 2, this thing, right? We're adding 1 for, so when it iterates over the first one, it's going to be 0. If 0 is in ranges, which it is, it's going to pass. If 1, so if I need to iterate over ranges and not, interesting, I need to iterate over ranges. If n, okay, if n is in nums, meaning 0 should miss 8, no? If this number, let's say it is 0, 0, let's print ranges too. No. Okay, this is ranges. What is this? What that dog do? What that dog do, man? Index of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, who gives a fuck? So that is, so I'm checking if 2 is in nums. I'm checking if, okay, it should be this. Okay, if I'm checking if 2 is in nums. 2 is not in nums. Okay, 0, is it in nums? It's not in nums. 0 is not in nums. I mean, okay, 0 is in nums. So it's gonna pass. Oh, pass means just go, okay. I should go not in. I should go return. It's gonna return the index. Should be the one. Okay. It should be I. So this is the range. Oh fuck! I just farted. Okay. Return. How about I? Okay, so we're going somewhere. Expected will be 2, because why is it expected 2? That makes no sense. That makes no fucking sense, bro. That makes no fucking sense. So you have 0 and 1. 0 and 1 is just like, come on, bro. What am I supposed to do? Since there are 2 numbers, so the overall numbers, the range is. Bro, this is such an edge case. If the number of n, okay, I need to go if length of nums is equal to I wanna kill some bitches. No, what is going on? No. Oh, I need to drink water. And okay, what is missing number? Let's just go here. This is the game, right? This is the game. I'll come back.
Then we have just 7. So basically, it's the intervals of A to B of the
No, no, no. Bro, what more do you need? I low-key don't want to watch neat code videos because I think...
Hi, how is it going? Welcome to Code with Z. In today's video, we gotta find out which number is missing here. Why? Well, because that's what LeetCode 268 missing number is asking us to do. As you can see, it says, given an array called nums containing n distinct numbers in the range of 0 till n, return the only number in the range that is missing from the array. So for example, this contains 4 distinct numbers, meaning we have to have all the numbers
This
from
problem
0
is probably
all
the
the way
hardest
till
I've
4.
ever
But if we
attempted to
check
solve
here,
on.
2 is missing. So let's see how you can actually solve this. So our approach is going to be kind of different because the first thing that comes to mind is, for example, to loop through this or like store all of the numbers that we see and then check what number is missing. But there's actually another way to do this. And that approach is going to be really awesome because we only need to do 2 things. The first thing that we need to do is to add these numbers together. So we're going to put them inside of a variable, for example, called actual sum. We're going to initialize it to 0 and we're going to loop through these and add
Bro, what the fuck?
these numbers together. So for example, we're going to loop through this. We're going to say 0 plus 0, that's going to give us 0. And then we're going to move on to the next one. We're going to say 1 plus 0, that's going to give us 1. Then we're going to move on to this one, 8. None of them 0. We're going to say 0 plus 3. Then, after we're done with this, sum. And what it should be, and we're just going to return that. As you can see, 2 is missing, and we're just going to return the number that's missing. That's it. Now, let's code this in the simplest way possible.
Yeah, I think I can do that. Fucking hell, bro. Fucking hell. So, yeah. So, what are we doing? How do we... Actual sum is equal to length of nums multiply factorial. No. So let's say it's 2. It's gonna be factorial. How do I do factorial? How do I do a factorial for addition? I want to do a factorial for addition where yeah, I could do that for for I in range 0, length of nums. Okay. Yeah. That'll be the iteration, right? I'm gonna total is plus equal to total is equal to 0. And I need to go I need to go ba 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 I have to go total. Okay. Print total. Total is +1. Total is 6. You fucking retarded. It's not 6, bruv. It's 0. Yeah. Because a number is missing, isn't it? That's the expected total. If total, bro, how do I is what would the actual total be? This would be the actual total. A actual total. Right. Expected total is equal to actual total. How do I find the that is the expected total? No, fuck, this is that will be the expected total. The actual total is equal to actual is equal to 2 for loops. No way. Actual total is going to be equal to plus equal to nums of I, right? Let's print out. Fucking hell. That's the actual sum. 10, 20, 25, 37. Okay. If this bro, so I'm using so much space. Output is equal to this minus this return output. Why is it -1, bro? Actual total minus expected. The actual total is gonna be bigger, so makes sense. Why is it 1, bro? Why is it 1? Let's print out don't we all? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, this is not the way to do it. You are wrong. Lost boy, lost boy, lost boy, lost boy, lost boy is a long way down. Okay, 9, 6. What the fuck? Okay, 9, 6, 4. Actual, expected. Let's put this on hold and go. You guys are all poor. I'm actually the smart one. I'm actually really smart. Internship. What the hell, bruv? So nums. What? Why am I getting nums? Oh, I'm just printing out nums. I need to go act. Act 3. Wait, what? So act is 3 because I get 3 again because it's 0. 4, that's actual sum. Expected would be 0 plus 1 plus 3. 0 plus 1 plus that is 2 because I'm not should I add the I? I should add the I, yeah, that's the mistake. So the actual total is that expected. What the hell? So the actual total is expected is no? That's not how it works. Dumbass bitches. Tired of these rappers. Tired of these crackers. Yo, we did not say that. expected total should be always higher. Because I'm adding. Bro, what is going on? Why is the expected total this tiny? Why is it so tiny? Me 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 me. Why is the expected total so tiny, mate? It is so tiny. 30. Why is it? No. Expected would be. Should I go +1? I think so. I think I found it. What the fuck? Okay, you can. What should I do about it? -1? No. Does -1 even? That would be minus, yeah. What? What? Did I actually do it? No way. So 0, that will be -1. I don't get it. Why is it -1 work? It shouldn't. This shouldn't work. Expected total is 48. So actual total 1. Why is it like that? So I'm going output is equal to, I need to minus both of them, right? If I minus both of these, I get a 7 plus 1. What? 7 plus 1? Output is equal to. That's the issue. That's the issue. You're not seeing it, bro. Expected. I don't like these emotional ass, ungrateful ass bitches. I hate these emotional ass, ungrateful ass bitches. +1? That's so weird. That's so weird. Why do I have to +1? Why? This is so weird. Like, why? Why? No, no, no. That is true. I don't understand this. Why? Let's just print this. So I'm getting 1 plus 9. What? 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 Why is it 1? I would be 0. So nums 0. Oh no, nums, yes, that's 0, 0 minus 1. What is I? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Well, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Don't know, mate. minus 1. So minus 1 would be 1 plus 0. No, 1 plus 9 plus pop, 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 pop. And it stops at 8. 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that adds it twice. That's not how it should be. This should be, but yeah, index error because it's out of range. Can I have a better test case, please, at least? Test case 3. Bro, can I have a better test case to see what the index error is? Why can't I do that? Because it exceeds this thing. I need it for this, but I don't need the index error over here. It just like gives two different index, which I don't want. I want one coherent index. I mean, I think it does work, but it just gives two different index, which I don't like. And I have to like do one of these. I'll just submit it. I don't care. Yeah. Yeah, it's such a bad.
Alrighty, let's code this together. So the first thing that we need to have is going to be our actual sum, and this is going to be initialized to 0. Then we're going to loop through our numbers. So for example, num of nums, like so. This is going to be our loop, and we're just going to say actual sum is equal to that we like this, and then we're equal to
Bro, two for loop. Are you fucking retarded? Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, like 2 for loops, but it's like, nah. Fucking retard answer, bruv.
Representation of 3, which is going to be 1, 1. We're going to exclusive OR these. How do you exclusive OR? You look at each bit, and if exclude, and that array, we're going to put array nums, and then second together the input. These values explain. We're going to right, but we're going to be using I. We're going to say this from result y range to our result, but we want to subtract every value from nums. Obviously, we're subtracting every value from nums, but this is going to be to the length of, is it from 0 to length explanation. Actually, I don't actually need this minus.
So what is going on here? Result res is equal to the length of numbers. So let's say it's 5. For range would be minus 1, so it would be like 4 times, iterating it like 4 times. Wait, why 4? It's not 0 to 4, it's just like 4. Okay, I think it does start with like 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. 0 minus nums I, 0. The first element minus 0 will get added on. Actually, yeah, that's the right answer, now that I think about it. Result is equal to length of nums and for I in range of length length of nums minus 1, right? I'm going result. No, why is result? I don't get it. What? Why am I adding it that to the result, bro? Plus equal to I plus. Why am I adding to that to the result? I kind of get it, but I don't. You know, I plus, bro. It's an easy question to fuck. I need like really strong fundamentals on this. I return bro, this is not even the right thing. What? Are we even like talking the same question? Lead code 268. At least my shit like bro, word for word, same thing. I literally wrote word for word. Like what the fuck? Let's try ChatGPT. It's not even the right thing, bro. Bro, no, this is not the right code. This is not the right code. This is not, I just know it's not. Just know it's not. This is not the right code, bro. Like literally the same thing. Because this is fucking homosexual. So length would be like, okay, let's look at this. Length would be actually 8, right? So 8 plus 0 minus 9. That's okay. Let's just like print out every single thing. Print every step of the way. Res. Okay. Why is it, bro? Look at this. What the fuck? Minus. What the fuck? Minus. That's what I'm saying. That's minus 9. Yeah, that's what's happened. Yeah, this is not the right answer, bro. It's not the right answer. How do people buy into this shit? Like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on here? Like, literally word for word, bar for bar.
This one, because I just remembered that Python, the way Python works, is I will implicitly, it'll stop one by very efficient.
Even that, it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter. What the fuck? How? No, bro. Nah, homie. Nah, homie. You're playing with me, homie. You're playing with me. You know what I'm saying? You're playing. Okay, let's just.
let me explain how we're going to arrive at the next O of 1 memory solution, and then I'm actually going to show you how to do it. The simple idea is going to be this. What if we took the sum of this range, 0 to 3, right? Basically the array from 0, 1, 2 to 3. We took the sum of this array, subtracted from it the sum of the input array, right? Right? If we did that, if we took the sum of this subtracted by the sum of the other array, we would be left with 2, right? Because 2 is the missing number. 2 is the only number that shows up here that does not show up here. And then the difference is going to be 2. That's really easy. Now, of course, taking the sum of this array would be O of n. And to compute this, it would also be O of n. So the overall time complexity is going to be 2n. And we're just going to be maintaining 2 sums for each of these arrays, right? We're not actually going to be using any extra memory, so the overall memory complexity is going to be big O of 1. So this is probably the easiest solution that you can arrive at with just O of 1 memory, right? This is probably the most intuitive one, so this is the one I'll be coding up. But just so you know, you can actually calculate this sum. You actually don't need a loop. You can actually do it in O of 1 time using Gauss's formula, but that's something you can probably read more about on your own because it's a little bit extra for this problem. So now let's get into the code. We're going to initially set our result to 0.
So what's happening here? 0. Why are we minusing it? I don't get it, bro. Why are we minusing it? So yeah, the whole thing is a mess, low-key. 267, I said? 268. I YouTubed it. It's not done. Notes. How do I take notes? I need to write okay. What should I do? I should do this LeetCode 30. Attempted this, went wrong. Ooh, boo hoo, nigga. Okay, what am I doing now? I'm not gonna submit it. This is the answer. I need to come by with myself. Reset. Let's go. Basics, man. I'm just gonna do easy all day. Easy all day. I need to watch this video. No. This shit. Later. This is like later shit. I'm not watching it now. Maybe I'll watch it now. Recalibrate some things.
This is LeetCode. It's a programming website with a lot of coding problems that prepare you for tech interviews. And this is me. I've never solved a LeetCode problem before and I'm unemployed. That's why I'm going to attempt to solve 100 LeetCode problems, no matter how long it takes. I want to become like that guy, Mullen, who's a ping pong Olympic champion and he's also insane at LeetCode. Well, minus the ping pong, because you know I suck at ping pong. Also, this video is sponsored by Brilliant. Out of 3,294 problems. Oh god, this is gonna take so long. Right, let's start with an easy question. If you've never done LeetCode before, there are three types of questions. Easy problems, which introduce you to the topics of pointers, stack, trees, like this one or this one. Then there's medium problems, which apparently are quite difficult. And then there's hard problems, which are impossible and make you want to smash your computer. Unless, of course, you're Malin, who is 0.01% of the entire website and has solved 675 hard problems out of the 745 on the entire website. Oh, what's that? Oh, he just solved one more, like 5 seconds ago. This man is insane. Anyway, let's start off with an easy question. It's called contains duplicates. So they give you a list of numbers and you have to return true if there's a duplicate in the array and return false if there isn't. Cool, let's do that. Wait, what? I have to code in C++? Nah, that, I'm not doing that. Don't mind me just switching to Python real quick. Okay, this should be fairly simple. All I have to do is keep track of the numbers that have appeared and check for duplicates. Now I could sort the array to do that, and then, for example, if you want to do one, solution was way more elegant. Ah man, LeetCode is hard. Thankfully, I then reached the wonderful world of linked lists and trees. The love about them, you have to including most linked lists and tree problems, I was sitting at 89 questions, which I'm really proud of. However, I was still missing 3 hard questions. So since I love trees, I searched for hard problems that include trees, BFS, and DFS. And I found this, vertical order traversal of a binary tree, which is a bit complicated to explain, but basically you have to organize the nodes of this tree into different sublists depending on their position. So I used BFS to traverse through the tree, and after 2 hours and lots of attempts, boom, it actually got accepted. And look at this, the runtime is actually pretty good. So for the first time, I can actually claim that I have solved a hard LeetCode problem. And from then on, things got easier. I solved another hard question about serializing and deserializing trees. To be fair, this one was way easier though. And after sprinkling some medium questions, I was at 99, and I faced my final hard question. And you know what? I solved it. And with that, I solved 100 LeetCode questions. Woo! Let's go! And yeah, in the end, I did not become like Malin, but I think I did pretty good. Here are some final stats. I ranked at 981,489 in the world. I solved 50 questions from the LeetCode roadmap and 50 random questions. I solved 57 easy questions, 38 medium, and 5 hard. I beat 80% of users on easy problems, 70% on medium, and almost half on hard. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I had a lot of fun making this video, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.
Cool, you can like go really you know, who cares, bro? Who cares, bro? Your code is literally on your name. You should be able to do this, you know. If you don't do this, you're gay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you literally like do this. So so you better do this, right? You better do this, all the numbers. How the fuck do you do all of this?
July 1st, 2022, I have exactly 4 subscribers. This might be different now. Every day, a little script I wrote updates the number of subscribers on the title of this video. So maybe I have way more of 2022.
We got motivation grind sets. Okay. Time to get unemployed. Time to import infinite Indians into the workforce. $36. Yo, medium problem. Fuck you. It's a hot medium, bro. I don't wanna do it. I don't wanna do try. No, I wanna do try. 30. All my friends are dead. Push me to the ledge. All my friends are dead. Okay. What? Why is it a hard question? Why am I attempting hard questions? I shouldn't attempt any hard questions. No. 507. Perfect number. Okay, let's go. A perfect number is a positive integer that is equal to the sum of the positive divisor, including the number itself. A divisor is an integer. X is an integer that can divide x eventually. What the fuck does that mean? Okay. It's a perfect number, otherwise returns false. What? Just fucking math. So are all divisors 507? But why am I? It's a math problem. I don't wanna do that. Okay, let's just is it divisible? I should check if it's a that is equal to the sum of its positive if it is divided by okay, what the why is it reset? What am I trying to do? I'm gonna give a perfect number is a positive integer that is equal to the sum of its positive divisors, including the number itself. Including the number, so it should be like divisible by one of these. I mean, five, yeah. I think that's about it, bro. Low-key. I think some numbers are like divisible by whatever, right? 13, who cares? Else, bro, I'm just gonna submit it. I don't give a fuck. Wrong. Pass, bro. I don't give a fuck, honestly. Just delete that. $200 and okay, in progress. Hard questions need to go, bro. Can I hide it? How can I hide it? I don't want to delete it. Don't give a fuck what the right answer is. Yeah, this website is kind of stupid sometimes. 561. 561. Oh, completed. What the fuck? What is the? Let me try to do this again. Given an array of integer nums to an integer, group these integer into pairs. How do I do it? This one, right? All the possible pairings, ignoring the order of the element. So, given an integer nums of integer, to group these integer into pairs, these kind of pairs, such as the sum of minimum AB is maximized, return the maximized sum. So, let's just look into it. Given an integer array nums of 2 and integer, group these integer into n pairs. Okay, such that the sum of minimum AB of all is maximized, return the maximized sum. Let's just look into the thing again. So I need to find the minimum of a group between these kind of elements, and I want to sum that and find the maximum. So I think first I'm gonna try to, let's look at this one again. Again, different kind of pairs. The optimal pair is, they just like showed it instead of doing all the calculation under the hood. So the optimal way to do it, I think, is to, at first I'm gonna sort the array so that the pairing could be like much more efficient. So I'm just gonna use this method of sort, and now that the array is sorted, I'm gonna go, it's gonna be n complexity of 2. it's gonna be 2. I'm gonna use, and the time complexity should be, I think it's gonna be 2n because I'm gonna use 2 for loops, but the space is gonna be O of n. So let's go with, I'm gonna iterate over the entire nums and get the pair, and every time I get a pair I'm gonna compare which one is the lowest. While I do that, after I do that, I'm gonna add all of them and check for, exit the loop and check. Bro, no bro, I ain't built for this. What the fuck? I YouTubed it, I didn't finish it. On paper I finished it, I didn't actually finish it. So yeah, that's how I would do it. So for I in nums, for j in I, I'm gonna go minimum. I know the spelling is wrong, but it is what it is. So minimum would be the list of I comma j nums of I comma j. I'm gonna print that. So what's going on here? So it's a runtime error. Error, all the possible. So I have 1 comma 4, 2 comma 3, 1 comma 3, 2 comma 4, 1 comma 2, 3 comma 4. It is going to be n of, so I paired with, how do I pair it? It's going to be a set. So for I in nums, for j in nums, so 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4. Okay, we got it. Okay, we got it, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got it, you know. So this would be out of index, bro. It's the issue. Okay, who cares? I'll try that later.
Not even kidding.
Let's see how he approaches solving the problem.
I think this is honestly not Elite Code hard. I think this is a different class of problems. I think super hard. I've never done Code Forces, but I assume that this is kind of the caliber of problems you see on Code Forces. Hopefully, I think you at least learned like how I kind of approach problems. This one, I will admit, was too hard for me. And the reason I don't feel bad about it. So I was reading this AMA.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do something similar to the approach that he has. I think easy problems, I need to do a lot of them.
on Code Forces from Scott Wu. I recently made a video about him if you don't know who he is. He's basically a competitive programmer, really, really good, one of the best of all time. He's also more widely known for creating Devon, the AI software engineer. But we're not talking about that today. I thought this response from him was pretty interesting as it relates to getting good at competitive programming, which is very similar to, getting good at LeetCode. At least, LeetCode is easier than competitive programming. Let me just say that. I'm not a competitive programmer. Hey Scott, what's the appropriate amount of time one should spend on some problem before giving up on doing it at all by themselves and look at the tutorial instead? Some people say 15 to 20 minutes max, some people say a long time, but his response was really interesting to me and even kind of surprising. This is an interesting one. It seems like a lot of people recommend waiting and thinking more, but personally, I look at editorials as soon as I get stuck. The key piece, though, is to make sure to connect the motivation of the solution. How could I make the insight that leads to discovering the solution is a separate question from what is the solution. And it's important to think about the former as well. So what he's saying is understanding the solution, like sliding window, backtracking, DFS, whatever. Knowing the algorithm is good. That's necessary. It's important. You have to do it. But it's easier than understanding why. When I make videos, that's what I try to do. Of course, I show you the code. It runs usually, but I try to explain why. You probably know that. The first part of what he says, he doesn't spend a lot of time thinking about it. That was really interesting to me because when I started LeetCode, I would spend like 5 hours on one problem. I just thought that's the only way to learn. But no, even this guy's a genius. If you watch that other video, this guy is a literal prodigy. He doesn't even waste his time. He's not even like, I'm not going to spend a few hours on this. Maybe he wouldn't be able to figure it out. Some problems are pretty damn insane, right? There are some geniuses out there. It took them weeks, months to come up with certain algorithms. Why would he want to rediscover that? Why would he want to reinvent the wheel when that's not his priority? He's not trying to invent new algorithms. He's trying to get good at competitive programming. So when you're trying to get good at LeetCode, there's no shame in looking at a solution. Okay, you didn't derive, the shortest path algorithm by yourself. Don't feel bad about that. Look at the solution. Okay, fine, but understand it. Knowing all of that, I think it'd be kind of interesting if I showed you how I approach a new problem that I probably won't be able to solve. Let's do it. So let's go to LeetCode, up the difficulty. Let's go to some of these hard problems, sort them based on difficulty. So let's try this one, minimum reverse operations, because it's a relatively recent problem. In 2600, I guess I could try that one as well.
Bro, Loki, I think I tried it. Is that the one that I tried it? That'd be so funny. 2616. What? Why is it different, bro?
Reverse operations.
12. I'm gonna do this right now. So you're given an integer n. So what are the topics? Brother, breadth first search, union, set operation. Fuck. Nah, bruv. I ain't doing that. Ain't doing that, homie.
It's this problem they're talking about, so we're gonna need some more context.
Blind 75. Is this the blind 75 that he was talking about? Given an integer nums to the okay, what? Okay, whatever. How long have I been streaming? I think I need to take a break. 10-minute break. We see some niggas kissing, we know what you mean. Reenacting everything that we have seen. Get my cousin, hey! Get my cousin, hey! Get my cousin, hey! I get my cousin, hey! Back, back, back. I'm back. Yeah, that's a 30-minute break. Let's just jump right into it. 2.5 hours of study. Let's just not jump right into it. Oh, fuck, what am I doing? Yeah, it's 2 hours of study. Another break. You're gonna eat lunch. Lunch and goon break. I need a goon. Goonie. I'm a goonie. All day. No, not all day. Daily. It's a daily thing. That's what I need to do from now on. And this is the time for gooning again. Okay, let's just get right into it, yeah? Let's just get right into it. Okay, what am I looking at? Given I solved this apparently, but $500. Let's string, array and string, it's the same thing. In the mirror of all men stands a cross, Roman to integer, hash table, math, string. Let's just go right into it. Okay? No, probably not. Valid parentheses, stack. Fuck, I don't know how to do stack. Excel, nah, I ain't doing this shit, bro. This shit is retarded, bro. This shit is actually retarded shit, you know what I'm saying? Valid mountain in an array. I know this thing. It goes up, stays down, decreasing. Okay, given an array of integer, return true if only if it is a valid mountain. Recall that ARR is a mountain array if and only if ARR is okay. False, because it goes up, never comes down. So, and this one goes up and stays. I just have to find when it goes up and goes down, wherever it may be, that will be a mountain. So for I, it's going to be a O of n complexity and O of 1 memory. So if I in nums, and I want to reference the previous index, meaning if nums of I is smaller, is smaller than nums of I plus 1, that is a good sign, right? That is a good sign. And I need to go and these two are not equal. So that will be the condition for this particular. I need to return true if that's the case, right? I need to return true. that will be the index. Do you mean can I do that? Range so la 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 la. There's gonna be an index error. I can combat that with range. I wanna fuck people up with my the length of so this goes, yeah, if it's equal, it is false. So that's the not equal. So if it else if that thing is equal to each other, if that thing is equal to each other at the end, right? At the end, if it's equal to each other in the middle, no issues. So I need to go another case where how do I if it goes down ever, then it's always -1 equals to nums of -2. But the issue with that is, how do I think this is the perfect. Can I go I -2? It's the same thing. Let's do another test case where let's just give like a lot of numbers. What happens now? So this needs to go a little bit higher. Let's just get this. Oh, okay, I'm gonna flip out. Flip out time. Mommy, 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 mommy. Okay, if this is equal to this, I need to check if that's true. If this is equal to this and not this, I need to return false. Yeah, if both of these numbers at the end is equal, right? If both of the numbers at the end is equal, or there's a sequence of two numbers back to back being equal, it's and this is equal. That okay, this should work. So let's take 3 minus 1, 5 minus, this is equal. Okay, the last two are equal. So if this 3, this is bigger, and this plus this is not equal, of course it's not going to be equal. Yeah, of course it's not going to be equal. Yes, but is that the only rule? Valid mountain array. It is fun, like.
Hello guys, I hope you are all doing well. In this video I will show you how to solve the problem LeetCode valid mountain array. So let's get started. So the problem is that they give us an array of integers and they ask us to return true if the array is a valid mountain array. And an array is a mountain array if and only if the length of the array is bigger than or equal to 3, and also there should be some position in the array such that from the start to I all the numbers are in an increasing order and all the numbers start at I index to the end must be in decreasing order, and that's how the array will be a valid mountain. So the task is to find if there is two sub-arrays in one array. The first sub-array is an increasing sub-array and the second one is a decreasing sub-array. So
2 point. Nah, bro. Is that a 2 point question? I didn't even see that. It's just an array question. Like, what the fuck? Bro, don't complicate this shit. It's not a 2 pointer. Just go here.
Hello guys, welcome to Algorithms Made Easy. Today we will be discussing the question valid mountain array. In this question we are given an array of integers and we need to return true if and only if it is a valid mountain array. A valid mountain array is of length greater than 3. There should be only one peak, that is only strictly increasing sequence and then a strictly decreasing sequence. It should not have equal values, that way it is not a mountain array. The constraints are low and not
What?
have
Increasing but not strictly. Okay, it should be strictly increasing. I didn't even read the question. So yeah, if it's ever equal, if this is ever true, this is going to be false. Okay, got this. Got this. Fuck. Got this. Pa 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 pa. So yeah, it should be strictly increasing, and not shouldn't be equal to each other. Should be strictly increasing. And if it's it's strictly, if it's ever equal, it's much more, when you understand the question, it's much more easier, low-key. Okay, I think this is the right one. What? Okay, it just gets stuck here. It is strictly increasing and not. Can I do that? Pretty sure I can do that. We have 0, 0 plus 1, 0, 1. What? What? Length of number is gonna be what? It's gonna be 3. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? I just wanna fuck you like an animal. I just wanna feel you from the inside. Animal. Yeah, why 5? What, bro? Bro. What, bro? பெரிய ஆளு நினப்பா bro உங்களுக்கு. Why is it 5? It's asking if... No. I want to iterate over the numbers, bro, not range. I is 3? What? Nums... Oh, nums of I is 3, yeah. Oh, no. I is just... Oh... So what is I? I is just like 0 to... Oh, yeah. Fuck. It should be a list. That's the issue. Okay. It should be in nums, of course. I is 0. Is it not iterating? Why is it not iterating? You're fucking useless, mate. How do I... Why... What should I do with the...
have equal values. That way it is not a mountain array. The constraints are low. As it is an easy question, we directly jump on to the coding part and see how we can solve it. We'll discuss that side by side when we code. So as we know that the length of the array should at least be 3. That means all the values less than 3 will be not a valid value, so we'll directly return false. Then we need to find the strictly increasing sequence, so we'll start off looping. We'll check.
Bro, Python, where's Python?
This is LeetCode 941, valid.
Bula la 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 la, bula la 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 la, bula la la, yo 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 yo, ayaya. Kita payah sehari mah. Kita payah sehari mah, yo yo. Why is it 3? It's pissing me out. But this is 5? Oh, is it because... Oh, I see. Naughty, naughty boy. Naughty boy, naughty, naughty boy, naughty boy, naughty, naughty... Why is it not iterating then? It should be like... Oh, it's just like returns a thing, right? So, I shouldn't return it for now. False because if it is increasing, you go to the next. Divine intellect, man. Divine intellect. Yeah, if it's increasing and not equal to each other, I don't need this. If it's increasing and equal to each other, it's false. When it's equal to each other, it's false. Okay. If it's voila. What? Bro, literally like turning the switch on, turning the switch off type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, acceptance rate. So it's increasing. Yeah, like why am I rushing to like find if it's increasing or decreasing? Let's just move on to the next. Right? Let's just let's just be free. If it ever increases, oh yeah, I think I found it. Bro, it's basically like electrical engineering. No, don't do that. If bro, don't return, just pass right now. Bro, why is it just printing it once? Just returns false. Yeah. So it goes up, right? It goes up. It is true. Okay, I think I got it. When it exits the thing, it needs to be true. What the fuck? What the fuck, bro? Maybe here, I don't know. True here. No, don't do that. Fuck. Nah, it's just gonna be. What am I doing wrong?
Mountain array. I'm going to take you through a detailed break. Should be very basic. IO return R word provide the no. To the end, it's strict. This element must be bigger. Than the previous one, but here 3 is not bigger than 3 in my head. So to be valid, you have to have this situation. The left side and the right side of the mountain is strictly decreasing, bigger, deceived by stick. You have to have at least 3 elements, so 3 to 5 we ascend, or strictly the left ascend. The left side has to be strict descend as needs help. That's where I this in my head for space. So when I last and so that would be array I plus 1, then we've identified a peak. So if we get this condition, then we have a peak. So we have to record it.
So you're telling me if I minus 1, if I is bigger than I minus 1, and if I find a peak, that is the
So
logic
we'll
for
say
peak.
our first peak is at I, and then we can break. And then after we've done this work, we can think about whether we've actually fulfilled this requirement of having a peak.
If it's a peak and 2 requirements. If it's a peak, oh man, I just look so poor.
So if
Fuck.
our first peak is none at this point, then we can return false right away because there's no peak in the input. So I'm just gonna add a comment here. If no peak to so if not
Bro. Nah.
Not.
This is not the right answer, bro. This is not the right answer. You're wrong. Too fucking. It's very easy. Okay. Solutions. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's not the right answer. Stop. If nums I is greater or equal to than nums I, return false. Bro, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, bro. It's not gonna work. Shit. She. This ain't gonna work, nigga. Fucking hell, no. So this should work. Let's just copy this shit. So what is the intuition? Climb up while the sequence is increasing. Check if your point is peak for the first or last. Climb down when the okay, what? If this works, I'm just gonna be really pissed if it works. Let's just put it that way. Say outside function for return false. Return outside function. What do you mean, bro? What does that mean? If this doesn't work, I'm crashing out. Bro, how? Okay, this is the solution apparently. I'm using a while loop. Valid mountain array. Length n is equal to length of array. I is equal to 0 while I plus 1 bigger than the length of the array and array I, so the first element is smaller than the array of the second element. We need to uptick I. Okay, if I is 0 is equal to 0 or I is equal to n minus 1. What is n minus 1? Length minus 1. So the first or last. Why should I return? So, oh, okay, I'm seeing for the peak. How do I categorize? If I, what do you mean I? While I bro. China. What the fuck?
So basically, given an array of integers, we want to figure out if
Bro, my
it's a
bitch.
valid mountain array. It has to be
My
strictly decreasing,
bitch.
increasing, and then
How is it govern my bitch?
if it is increasing but it has the same consecutive numbers, it is also not considered a mountain array.
It's my bitch, bro.
Here are some constraints. It is at least it contains at least one element, and the max is 10 to the power of 4, and the elements itself ranges from 0 to 10 to the power of 4. Okay, so intuitively it seems like maybe we need to keep a flag of it strictly
This is not the right approach. Bro, look at the time complexity. Are you fucking kidding me? 32 ms compared to 200 something, you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Skill issue. So climb up. Bro, these are professionals, bro. That's even the embarrassing part of it. Like, what method is it? Is it over, Van?
Okay, great.
length of array n, while I plus 1, when the length of array is bigger than this index that we're giving, and the 0, okay, the first element, let's take the first element, so like the first element is smaller than the second element. Climb up, climb down. Can the order be changed? I think so. Oh yeah, couldn't be changed. Peak can be the first or last. Yeah, if the peak, if I is equal to 0, yeah,
Hey everyone, today I'm going to be solving another LeetCode problem on number 941, which is called valid mountain array. So, what is this problem? Well, let's just read the task. So we are given an array of integers, Now we need to return true if and only if it is a valid mountain array. So recall that array is a mountain array if all. Okay, array length is also we can like actually also is expected not. Alright, and now it's exactly the opposite. So now this is quite interesting. I am sort of curious about it because the efficiency might change, and I am sort of curious about what's going to happen here. Okay.
okay, this is the answer. I still don't understand it. Peak can be first or the last. Okay. Okay, you can represent last by that. Okay, cool. Return true. Okay, how long have I been? Okay, that's too much of a problem. Let's just move on to the next thing. Next. Summary of ranges, nope. Hash tables. Bro, so many easy problems, you know what I'm saying? Like, I solved 6. I'm gonna solve everything. Matrix multiplication. Find the closest number to 0. Okay, this one's cool. How do I sort it? Just give me the, you know what I mean? Just easy only. No topics, just array. That's it. No, fuck you. Okay, what is this? Plop. Juk 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 juk. Shoo. Wanjalan. Ping shilling. Easy. Let's try this. Given an integer array nums of size of n, return the number with the value closest to 0, which is closest to 0. Minus 2, right? Oh, 1. Fucking yeah. Of course. So the way that I would approach this problem is I want to iterate over the array once, and I want to store the closest value. I want to store the closest value to 0 and store that in a variable. So output, I'm gonna have a empty output. It's gonna be none. How do I use none? How do I pass none? Nothing hurts anymore, I feel kinda free. You're still the kids we used to be. For I in range, no, for I in nums, I wanna check if this minus the next element. Oh, I need to sort it first. What happens when I sort? So when I sort it, it gets in these kind of order, and I want to go and do I want to, how do I find the closest number to 0? If it is, so I need to write a logic for look. I'm gonna look at the solution first, then come up with the answer. Absolute. Okay, yeah. I need to use absolute. So do I need to sort it? Probably not. Right. If absolute value of I, right, if that is less than 0, nums of 0, what? No, mate, no. You got it completely wrong, mate. Well, actually, that's not how it works, you know? I'm glad that you asked, but in actuality, that's not how it works, mate. Bucko, that's not how it works, Bucko. You know what I mean, Bucko? That's not how it works. Okay,
Hey
let's
guys,
just...
Greg here. Let's solve find closest numbers of 0 in just value, absolute value of those. Just keep it positive. Okay, so then you're really just looking for the number with so that we return in the output.
So yeah,
Now what's kind of interesting about this question is if you have 2, -1, and 1, well then both 1 and -1 have an absolute value of 1, and so they're both going to be the closest numbers to 0. However, as it says in the beginning here, if there are multiple answers, you need to return the number with the largest value.
that would be the
if
positive
there's
one.
actually
Okay.
Since we're looking for be the first, check the constraint number x. After we get through this for loop here, you're going to have close to the. Okay, then what we'll do is for each number, we'll call it x in the array of nums, so loop over the array. If the absolute value of x is less than the absolute value of your closest number, well then that means that you found a new closest number. And so we would just set closest equal to that current number x. After we get through this for loop here, you're going to have closest as the closest number. But what's interesting here is that if you have closest as a negative number and the positive version exists in the array, then you would want to return the positive version.
That's the thing, like it's nums of 0. If 0 is bigger, which would never happen, bro,
version.
what is it referring to? It's referring to this, right? What is it actually referring to? It's referring to the first element. That's what I'm saying. So closest to 0 is equal to that. For I in nums, right? When I'm iterating over that, if the absolute value of I is greater than the closest, the absolute value of closest, if I is greater, what if I want to find for 4? How would I do that? This is okay for 0, but what if I want to find
So
for
we can
another
do
number?
this with an if statement. If closest is less than 0, so if our closest value is negative, and it's true that the absolute value of closest is also in the numbers array, so if our smallest value is negative and the positive version exists in the array, then you would want to return the positive version, which is absolute value of the closest. But if that's not true, if either of those conditions are false, then we're totally okay just returning our closest variable, because that means that either the closest number was the negative and we didn't have the positive version, or it means that we're left with the positive version. And either way, we just want to return that number. Okay, this is going to give us a time complexity of, well, let's think.
I attempted it. It's too difficult. It's too difficult. Bro, I want to delete this. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Okay, reset. Let's move on to another one. What's the 219? Just wanna elbow someone. Can I elbow someone? Can I do that? Can I elbow someone? Given an integer array nums and an integer k, return true if there is only two distinct in the array such that nums what am I looking at? Okay, what? Given an integer array nums, return true if there are two distinct. Okay, I have to find there's like two distinct integer. So yeah, dupe for I in nums. If that is in that, return true. If I in dupe return true. If not, dupe dot append I. Simple. Oh, 3 times what? K is 3. If 1 is in there, if 2 is in there, what? Given an integer array nums and the integer k, return true if there are more two distinct indices. So I need to find if there is two. There isn't. What the fuck? So this has two indices. So this has two what? So if I have to find there are 3 and it says true, what the fuck? Given an integer array nums and the integer k, return true if there are two distinctive in such array that nums of I is equal to nums of j. Contains duplicate 2. What is this question? Explain the question, bro. Don't
Hey
yap.
everyone, welcome back. And let's
Don't
focus
yap.
on code today. So today let's solve the problem contains duplicate 2. We're given an integer array of nums and an integer k. We want to return true if there are two distinct indices I and j such that the two values at those indices are equal and the absolute value difference between those indices is less than or equal to k. Now the most important thing to recognize here is that by this statement, they mean that the size of the window between the two elements is less than or equal to k. So take the first example, we have 1, 2, 3, 1. Clearly we do have some duplicate values here, 1 and 1. They are at different indices. And the question is the size of the window less than or equal to k? Well, not exactly actually. That's another edge case that you have.
Okay. I have to. Okay, there is gonna be a duplicate. Okay, I need to find if that duplicate, if it is in the duplicate, I need to use a hash map on this. Fuck. Hash table. Let's just look into
to
that.
keep track of. When we have I and j pointing at the same value here, what's the size of this window? Well, it's 1, there's just a single element. But what's the absolute value of the difference between those two indices? 0 minus 0, that's going to satisfy us as such solve the window.
Hash tables. I need to look into hash tables and hash maps. Hash tables.
Today we're going to learn about hash tables. Similar to stacks and queues, hash tables represent a dynamic set of data. Hash tables support insert, delete, and search operations. Where hash tables really shine is search, as they have an average search time of big O of 1, although this degrades to big O of n in the worst case. I'll start by noting that the term hash table is sometimes used interchangeably with dictionary. Dictionaries represent a generic specific concept to hash tables called direct access tables. With direct access tables, we have a access keys to a location in the table collisions.
Are there any duplicates? Check this. Identity. Flight starting over here of the array. So O of n. Well, actually, it's define our window. We're going to have the left pointer, which is going to start at 10 just input array nums. For every value at index r, we're going to check, has it already been added to our window? If it has, then that must mean we found a duplicate, in which case we can just go ahead and return true. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and add that value to our window, nums of r. But remember the case, as we shift, we don't want our window to be greater than the, I think it was k plus 4 before k, but if it's easy thing, and
Sliding window. Fucking hell. So much. Brother, I don't know 2 point. Blind 75. That's the thing, isn't it? Blind 75.
I've
Not in education, employment, or trade. Yo, that's me, bro. That's me. Not in education, employment, or training. I'm living the neat life. Stop describing me, bro. Yo, stop describing me. Blind 75.
Let's solve LeetCode 1 2 sum. The most
I'm gonna watch these while I do things. Okay, let's bro, contains duplicates too. How the fuck do you do that?
and let's
Why does it have a sliding window thing, man? Fuck. It has a sliding window. What is this? Contains duplicates too. Yeah, I should just like do it this way, but it is what it is. Stupid choice. No Goyim. Stupid choice. Python 3 only. Bro, fucking align cookies. Greedy. Ah, fuck. I don't like this greedy shit, bro. Two-pointer. Let me do some two-pointer shit. Give me like a 1 hour lecture on two-pointer, man. Come on. Look at the
Hello, my gorgeous friends on the internet. Today I want to show you a really cool pattern that you can use to reduce the time complexity of your algorithms from O of n squared all the way down to O of n, and it's called two pointers. And you can use this on a bunch of data structures like strings, arrays, and linked lists. So I'll try my best to explain it as easily as I can, and then you'll be able to solve a bunch of lead code problems like mastering. So there's one thing I only ask from you guys is to smash that like button. It's just down there, the little thumb, you'll see it, you cannot miss it. I know you have it, whether that's an index in... Hey there, my gorgeous friends on the internet.
This is just crazy work, brother. No one watches the video. If he like puts a lot of effort into the thumbnail, it can go viral. You need to like do the He's been doing it for 6 years. No one gives a fuck, bro.
And an array, so for example this 10, right, we keep track of that. Or it could be a character in a string, like the letter C.
Coding Jesus.
I intend that two quant firms specializing more in their sort of data engineering side and data pipelining. So yeah, that naturally involved more Python and Rust.
Today's video sponsor is me. I don't know. We also have real coding.
Can I do it in
Make
Rust?
sure to check it out. What, if I was
Fuck
to
yeah.
what grid is?
Okay, so I think I think the cat. So okay, so first of all, this.
I think grid is like what is actually grid? Matrix. Cut my life into session. Last man, now last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Topics. Matrix, grid. No. Matrix. Let's see. Oh yeah, solo, yeah, solo, yeah, Yashala Zamajo. Hane, honey, na, na, honey, na, na, honey, na, 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 na. Ha, sa, honey, na, ha, sa. Oh, yeah.
Seems like a 2D array that's free by free. You're assigning the first element of the it's like
Grid is equal to what is going on here, bro? This gotta be some easy shit. So we have a 3 by 3 matrix and the 0, 0. So yeah, this is gonna be the first one, of course. Yeah.
2D array. So okay, so first of all, this seems
Of course,
like
bro. Of course, this is like retarded.
2D
So
array
easy.
that's free by free. You're assigning the first element of the first row to free, but because you multiplied by free, it didn't actually do deep copies, but more, I guess, shadow copies. So for every row, the first element will be set to free, and the rest will be zeros.
Yeah, good job. Most people don't get them. Let me think of something. Let's say I have A equals hello, the word hello.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I have B equals the word hello.
Yeah.
And I type print A is B. Is that true or false?
So I would say
False.
it's true because you're
No.
doing identification.
True, yeah, true.
checking. So you're checking if they have the same ID, which is essentially checking if it's the same object in memory, and the Python interpreter has like some sort of string pooling in a similar way that it does for numbers. So yeah, I think it will be those two variables will be referencing the same like region in memory. Essentially, is my
Yeah,
approach. I think it's yes.
that's right. And here's bonus points. There's a word that describes exactly what you just said. It's just one word. Do you know what that word might be?
That
describes that memory pooling.
Yeah.
It starts with an I.
ID. I mean, that's what is checks, right? It's like ID of object. Oh, okay.
There's a word that starts with an I. IN. Somebody in
Indentation.
somebody in chat got it. I told you
Immutable.
in chat, so.
Yeah. So there's a I starts with I and N.
Interning. That's the technical term. It's
Okay.
bonus. That's why
Cool.
I said you don't need to get it. It's just kind of just now you.
All
know.
right.
I want you to tell me what gets printed.
It's
Type of A. Tuple.
integer because it would have been a tuple if you had a comma, but yeah, it's an
Integer.
Clear.
Mm.
Good. And what is the GIL in Python?
It's a mechanism to make the internal garbage collector thread safe. In the sense that every object has within the Python interpreter has like this field called reference count, and it essentially ensures that only one thread is executing Python bytecode at a time, so that for instance in another world where there wasn't a GIL, two threads would be able to increment or decrement that reference count, and there would be a thread race, and then you'd get a memory leak.
Right. And so in a multi-threaded program, to prevent a Python thread from holding the GIL forever, Python's bytecode interpreter pauses Python every X period of.
Let's look at so for x in range 3, print x, comma range 3. Code snippet. Ow! Ouch! So I think it goes for, okay, it's 0, comma, end, 0 and 3, end, zero, then an error is raised. Why should an error raise? Because it's out of the range.
So X, so I think, so okay, so this, the code inside gets executed 3 times, okay, so that's something that's already a given. The first time X will be 0, then it gets assigned to 3, but I think it hops back, but once it jumps back to like the top of the loop, it gets assigned to 1, I think.
It's gonna be 0, 3.
Wait. So I'm guessing maybe you can type that in chat. What it does at the end of the loop is X gets assigned next of range 3. Okay, so that's how I see it. Like after every end of loop. So I think the X equals 3 here doesn't do much.
Okay, so you would say that
I don't know, it doesn't. It's 0, 1, 2.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So the range returns, I believe, an iterable. I'm not a Python dev, so correct me if it's an iterator or an iterable. So I got my terms right. But then yeah, X is set to 3 at the end of the loop, but the loop doesn't terminate because of that. X gets reset for its value gets reset to the
next. Yeah.
I'm gonna send you another snippet of code because I think you're doing really well with these code snippets, and I wanted to get your take on what you think gets printed here, or maybe nothing gets printed and the exceptions thrown. So you have this. You have this flip.
So nums is equal to 4 comma. Okay, reversed. It's gonna completely reverse. So 2, 3, 1, 4. Print sorted. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 is equal to sorted. It's gonna true. Yeah, it's true, man. Yeah, it's gonna be true.
With 4 numbers, you call reversed, and then you call sorted of reverse equals sorted of reversed.
Okay, so reversed. I always forget. That's the one thing with reversed is I always forget if it returns. Yeah, I'll just give you my full process in this. So I'm always confused whether reversed gives like an iterable. Where it lazily produces values, or a list.
So what I would do is, because you're unsure, there's no need to guess one or the other. What I suggest you do is you give me the answer based off both of those. So if it was to produce an iterable, what would the answer be?
So yeah, but does it make sense to sort an iterable? Like that's the thing. I don't think it does. Right? So I would say on the basis that it returns a list, I would say so sorted returns a copy. Okay, so that's a given.
Okay.
So I think I would say this is true.
Okay, so if it does return a list, true. What if it returns an iterable? Because it does not return a list.
Okay.
Wait, what? No. Wait. Print reverse nums. Reverse. So it doesn't. List is a iterable object. What is a iterable object? Let's see.
confused how you can sort an iterable. Like I'm trying to think how would one sort an iterable. So he would probably have to materialize the list at the beginning of the implementation of sorted. So maybe that consumes the iterator, and then the next one, when you call sorted again for like the right hand side, then it's already consumed and doesn't return anything. So then it would be false on that basis.
Yeah, good job. What order is our Python variables evaluated in? Python parameters evaluated in?
Ooh. I'm guessing we assume C Python or what?
Sure.
Implementing, yeah. I will go. Yeah, you know, my guess would be leftmost innermost. But
yeah, left to right.
Yeah, yeah.
So if I was to do 1 divided, so 2 slashes, by negative 2, what's the answer?
By negative 2. 0 would make sense here.
That's the most guessed answer, but it's not the right answer.
Oh, is it not? Okay.
What else might it be in 1?
1. Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, I don't think I have this one. I don't want to just waste more time.
Well, there's only 2 numbers around. Well, 1 divided by 2, negative 2 is 0.5, right?
Yeah.
So if it's not 0, what's the other side of that?
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, okay, it was -1 because it does it lower, yeah.
Because it floors.
Yeah.
Python is an exception raised, or what happens? Function that takes in 2. I want to add 2 numbers, A and.
So okay, A and B print. Okay, and so what will I get? So I'm gonna get. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get 2. Why is type error? It is integer. I'm adding them. So it's going to be 2 and if I don't pass anything, it's going to be type error. The last one definitely is going to be a type error because I'm passing a
B. And so I type int it. When I type my code, I type int, right?
Yeah.
So A colon, I think it is int, comma, B colon, int, and then I say returns int. So I have that.
It is cooked. Nah.
Yeah.
And what happens if I try to pass in 2 strings?
Type error.
So I know when you do that and you return a value, it casts it to whatever that trailing return type is. So I don't see why it would be any different for parameters. So I'd say they get casted. They attempt to cast it to int.
So you're saying the type hinting will cast it to int?
So if it's like string like 1,
Yeah.
like a string 1, maybe it'll cast it to 1. But the thing is, like, that's pretty, for something that's kind of mostly cosmetic or like just for code hygiene, it's a big thing to change.
Type error, bro. Come on.
Based on my understanding of what you said, it seems like you're saying the strings are cast or converted to integer.
Yeah, I mean, I know that. I think I can recall it happening for return types, but for arguments, I feel like it's a lot to because type hints are like mostly for code hygiene in Python. They don't enforce much unless you're using a MyPy or whatever.
Yeah. So if you do think they're just for code hygiene, what would you think the expected result would be?
Here would be one string concatenation.
Yeah, that's right. Good job.
No.
So it's just for code hygiene, just during the code writing process. It doesn't actually affect the types when you pass whatever you like to pass into them. Yeah, good on you.
Okay.
See, It's amazing the quality of people you get to work with and speak to when you work in quant or a related field. Because not only can I tell this guy's smart, but he also has the right attitude. And that's so important. That's not the guy that's crying in the comment section. That's a dumb question, that's for sure. He's not that type of guy, right? So on a scale from 1 to 10, where 10 is like God for his level and 5 is average and 1 is horrible, he would definitely be probably in like the 8 range. I really like the way he can be vocalized. Maybe yeah, 8 or maybe 8.5. He like, even though he didn't understand the question, what I really liked when I asked him about the reverse question, for example, is he said, well, I don't really know the answer, but based off the fact that reverse can either produce a list or an iterable.
Okay, I know what to do.
So you just essentially set a very
That's a little bit of a brain teaser, but fuck it. What's the time? I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat. I don't wanna eat. I wanna eat. I'm gonna call it at that.